Hey guys, and welcome back. I am on my way to the auction, so I will be there in about 45 minutes, an hour or so. And I'm just gonna give you guys a sneak peek into what that auction looks like and also kind of what I look for. I'll see y'all there. All right guys, so I made it to the auction. Those are cars waiting to be picked up. These all are cars that are going to be run for auction next week. And those are arbitration, which means there's something wrong with them. So I'm just gonna look at this one first. I got my list with me, which I made before coming here. That way I'm not wasting my time and looking at crappy cars, although most of these cars do need something. So this is an example of one of the cars that I like to look at. I'm not too crazy about them because of the CVT transmission issues. But since this auction says it does not have any, bear with me a second. It does not have the little thing to hold it up. Wow, that's very dirty. So this is what you really get at auction sometimes. And it looks really rusted up. I'm wondering if I'm gonna check out the auto check on it because it looks like it came from up north. And that's one of the things I look for. I don't like cars that come from up north. That's a little bit rusted, and there's a little bit of rust right there. So although I have this car on my list, I'm gonna go ahead and just take it off because knowing that there's rust under the hood and where the springs are in the front suspension, I already know it's probably gonna give me a headache. So I'm gonna move on and let's see if we can find something else. So the next one is number A46, like my Hello Kitty shirt going on. I know I'm kind of ghetto, guys, leave me alone. So I'll go ahead and just look for the number. What I do is I go ahead and plan out what I'm gonna look at in the first place, what's kind of in my budget. And since this auction does offer, there's a guy walking up to me. Since this auction does offer arbitration, which means, you know, major motor, transmission, frame damage, I can return the vehicle or if not, get some money back for it to fix it. I make sure that these are without those big issues. Everything else is pretty much on me, which is like AC, power steering, suspension, check engine lights. Oh, and I try to look for cars with no check engine lights because unlike Florida, which I kind of miss, I could sell cars with check engine lights and it wasn't a big deal, but over here you can't. So this is the next one I'm looking at. It is a Acura Teal, I think 2005. First thing I like to look at is the tires, and as you can see, the tires are pretty worn out. And rear tires are okay. So and I'll look at the inside and see kind of how well it was taken care of. These are usually pretty nasty and like completely cracked, but this one's not that bad, to be quite honest. I'll go ahead and turn it on. And I got my little nifty jump box right there, just in case. That sounds pretty good. This one does not have a check engine light on. It has, oh yes, I want to see this car too. It's got 106,000 miles on it, which is pretty good. And I will come here and check the AC. Make sure that the AC button is on, and it is on. And it is blowing hot. So, that's something that I have to look at. So whenever I get a car like this, that the AC is blowing hot, which it is, it really is hot in here, open the door, you have to figure that into your pricing. So when you're buying it, here's the thing, a lot of people buy these cars online only. They have no idea that the AC doesn't work. I know it's getting colder now because we're in October, but anyone who will buy this car will want it working. And so I will configure that into my price for auction, which means whatever I was planning on buying, I'm probably gonna go maybe, I mean, it could be something stupid that's wrong with it, like a relay, which sometimes I get lucky, or it could be like a whole new compressor and AC system, and that's really expensive. So I have to budget out like maybe $700, $800 for that, maybe even $1,000 if it goes, if it's like the Black Death, is that what it's called? Black Metal Death or something like that, where the whole AC system is just filled with metal and particles and all kinds of crap. But we'll look under the hood and see if the fans are turning on too. The motor sounds really good. This one has like a tiny bit of rust, but it's not a big deal. Or in Texas, there shouldn't be like barely any rust. And yeah, I don't see any of the fans turning on, so that makes me think that the AC might not be working because of the relay. And one fan is for the AC, and the other fan is for when the car gets hot. So when I mean that it gets hot, I don't mean it overheats. I mean that this part right here goes like up to the middle or a little bit higher. So it's just kind of weird that it's not turning on. Now, I'm not too mechanically inclined. In fact, I'm not mechanically inclined at all. So how am I in this business? Because I have friends. And yeah, that's about how I am. I'll put it in my list, but I will put a budget of about $1,000 in there for tires and AC. Sorry, I was looking at something. This is another thing. You can't really see stuff like this inside pictures. So this door is pretty indented in there. It has a roof spot, and yeah. Aside from that, I mean, it looks okay. The paint looks good on it, which makes me happy. So another thing that I like to look out for is inspection stickers, and this is only applies to Texas, of course, not in Florida. But whenever the inspection sticker is gonna take a while to expire, it's always good. You always want the inspection done within 6 months, and it's kind of helpful to not have to do it yourself, and it's already done for you, so you can just kind of sell it, clean it up, get it ready, sell it. For example, this is an older Nissan, but it has good miles, and I think it's in one owner too. It's about 130 something thousand miles on it, and the inspection expires not till 7/24, which means it was done maybe like 3 months ago. And then the interior is pretty clean, aside from that and that, but the AC works, and there's no crazy lights on. It's pretty grimy in here, but that's okay. So I'm not going to show you every single car I look at because my list is like pretty long, but if I find something else that I can think of, I will go ahead and show you. So that's my list. Anything that I'm like, no, too much stuff wrong with it, I'll just scratch it out. And then everything else, if it needs something, I'll write it down. And that one, I couldn't find it. I don't know, it disappeared. Maybe someone's driving it. And check mark means they're pretty much good to go. So I will say I'm kind of biased when it comes to cars. I only buy what I would like to drive, and the reason being is since I sell my own cars, I don't have someone selling them for me. I prefer to feel good about what I'm selling, and so if I'm willing to drive it, then I'm willing to sell it, because the person that buys it, or my customer, should buy it because I would drive it. And I'm very biased because I like Hondas and Toyotas. I'm not a big fan of Ford, sorry, Jeep, no, GMC. I will buy Nissan here and there if it's warranted a little bit with motor and transmission, just because Nissans really suffer from transmission defects. That's what I most worry about. But just take a look at this car. This is a Toyota Camry. It's kind of dirty, it's kind of filthy. Oh, it just cut off. So yeah, it's pretty dirty. It's got stains, it got all kinds of crap, like burns, I don't know. It has this on the steering wheel, but the AC works. I checked the oil levels are good. These tend to consume a lot of oil, so usually they're low. the last oil change, I don't know, has 184,000 miles. Next oil change is due for 184,900 miles. So it has an airbag light on, so I don't know if that's a sensor going off in the passenger seat, or maybe at one time it was in an accident, but I can check the auto check. This specific auction includes the auto check free, which is fantastico. Pero so far it feels good, it looks good. I don't mind buying cars that are higher in mileage, and the reason being is if you buy a car that has, like, let's say 100,000, let's just say between 80,000 to like 130,000 miles, most of these are trade-ins. So when people trade in their cars, it's because they don't want to deal with shit. Excuse my language. When people trade in their cars, it's because they don't want to deal with anything, thus saying that they didn't want to do the timing, they didn't want to change the AC, they didn't want to fix anything on the car, so they decided to go in and get a newer car. Oh shit, that's loud. Guys are going crazy over there. And so there, let me look at it. It's cute. Cute little Toyota. Next number is 209. Okay. So as I was saying, I actually prefer to buy higher mileage because I've tried buying lower mileage cars, but they need more work usually because the work hasn't been done to them. And not only that, but the higher mileage cars, they've been worked on. So everything that you would be replacing on the lower mileage cars has already been done for the most part. Not all the time, because some people suck and don't take care of their cars. See, this is another Nissan. I'm not a big fan of these Nissans, but you know, right now cars are scarce, guys. Like, people aren't trading in their vehicles. This specific auction usually has about, I don't know, between like 1,000 to 1,200 vehicles every single week. And for the past month, it's only had about 500 cars a week, which kind of sucks because that means competition is pretty high. There's a lot of guys out here looking at cars, and that means it's us against each other because, you know, dang, this is heavy. But yeah, let me keep looking and I'll take that. So I'll give you an example of kind of the cars, another car that I kind of like, even though it's not like fantastic. It's a cash car. Here we have like an 05 or so Acura MDX. It's an older car, so let me show it to you. So that loud sound is not the motor, it is the blower, and the blower is right there, and that literally takes like 20 minutes to change. Where's the AC? I'm an idiot. Where's it at? I couldn't figure out the AC. It's up here. I don't think I've ever bought one this old. So this is AC controls. The AC works, but let's turn it off. It's so quiet. And it smells like pee in here, guys. Like, it is really, the seats look good, but it's really nasty, grimy. It's dirty everywhere. If you look at the paint, you'll see this is peeling, but I'm pretty good at painting stuff like this. And all throughout, the tires are okay. They're decent. It looks like they were replaced close to the same time. And a car like this, it's supposed to come out cheaper in auction, so we'll see how much it goes for. The motor sounds really good, so quiet. Now the reason I like buying cars like this is because it sounds good. This one has the transmission warranty on it, so I can return it if it's acting stupid or something. Let me just try it out right now. And the AC works. The blower is super loud. I can replace a blower, it's not a big deal. There's so many videos on YouTube about how to replace a blower motor on your car. So this one's a yes for me, and it's an older car. It's gonna go cheaper. This is not for someone who really wants an Acura MDX. This is for a mother or a family who really needs a third row car, and they just don't have that much money to buy one. But this is like, beggars can't be choosers, right? So And it's a good car. It's Acura, it's Honda. It'll last a while. It's got 180 something thousand miles on it, but I mean, I've seen these things with like 250, 280. So it's going on my list as well, just for fun. Isn't that so cute? I don't know why y'all do that. Oh, there's a little tiny bear. Why do you guys leave this stuff in your cars? You should take it with you. Hopefully it's not a repo. All right, so here's a nice Acura MDX. Not sure what year it is. I have to check. I think it's like 09. And just look at that, guys. Take a look at that. Like, dang. Dang, 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 dang. Now, I appreciate the WeatherTech. I think these are WeatherTech mats, but like people. I'm not really sure they had it. Oh, Aries. It says Aries. Like, I don't think it did much, especially not on the sides. And it sounds pretty rough. This is the kind of stuff you find at auction, and then you guys go to the dealerships. Oh, if I can get this stupid key in there. You guys go to the dealerships and think that you found it so nice, but no, we gotta pay money to upholster that. I mean, worst case scenario, get some seat covers for it at least. It seems to have an exhaust leak because it's kind of loud. It's got a backup camera, but I don't see anything. So this is the kind of stuff, you know, I'm already sweating because it's hot. I've been in a lot of cars with no AC. This is the kind of stuff that we see on a daily basis. People trade in their cars and they're usually a mess. Yeah, usually a mess. Hay mucha gente sin vergüenza, which means they leave all their trash and junk in there. And like, I don't know about you guys, but I would be embarrassed to trade in a car and leave like all my trash and junk in here. This one's not that bad. It's not that bad. There's not that much trash. There's some cigarette butts still there, and then the ripped seats and whatnot. But I mean, the AC works. Exhaust leak is not something to worry about. So what is that? Oh, I don't know. I just don't want to sell something that's crappy and that's gonna give me problems in a long road. And not only that, even if I fix it, fixing stuff takes up time. And I do cash cars, so like my cash car should be gone within 2, max 4 weeks. You know, it's my money on the line, and I like to get it. I pressed the button. So it's my money on the line, and I like to get it back as quickly as possible. So that's just me. Every dealer does their own thing. I've been walking for a while. I'm gonna come look at this little truck. Looks cute. Perfect little Bicep work truck. No offense, guys, but it is, right? Good tires. You can put anything back there. I'm talking quiet because there's people close by. But yeah, overall it's pretty clean. They had a seat cover on it. There's like a little tear right there. Doesn't seem bad at all. Let's close it up. It's like I'm taking you guys with me here, huh? There's helicopters. Who knows what. Ooh, there's some kind of pills in here. I don't know what that's for. Let's see if it starts. Starts right up. AC is on blast. That needs to be fixed. I think that sound I hear is the AC compressor. Let's turn it off for a little bit. We can listen to the motor. No check engine light. 186,000 miles supposedly. I could hear the exhaust. A little rattle. Definitely a work truck. Another Toyota. We got peeling paint, crack paint. Not too big of a deal. Steely, so it's gonna need some covers. And let's look inside. Ooh. Let's take us back to all. Yes. Someone's Molly house key. There's Mass. This one has 149,000 miles on it. So that's pretty good. I believe this one's rebuilt. And I'm not surprised. If you look over here, it looks like it's replaced with a red. That one does have the cap on the wheel instead of this one. In the front, need to be repainted. This right here is like literally, I think it's like 35 bucks on eBay, just like the freaking Toyota outlet. Oh, hello. I know I'm not at a salvage auction, guys. This is a regular auction, but somebody was driving this and turned it in. The AC works good. All of these Toyotas have the sticky. Oh, this one's not that bad. It was like smoothed out. Usually these are like super sticky, but this one's not that bad at all. Just messy. Motor sounds okay. AC's working. No leaks that I could see under the car. I do want to let you guys know I've been doing this for a good number of years, and prices have gone up like crazy. So, but I'm looking at I think this is an 04 Honda Accord, and this car back in the day, I mean, you could probably get it for like $1,500, maybe $2,000 or so, depending on the mileage. But now a car like this can be anywhere between like $35,000 up to $5,000. I've seen them go insane at the auction depending on the condition. And this one seems to be in decent condition. The leather looks all right for the year. It's got sunroof. It's got 160,000 miles, no gas in it. Let's see if the AC works. Make sure it is on. It's not working. Maybe it might take a second to kick in. So, but the body looks really nice on it. It's got like the alloy wheels. No, I'm too close. There we go. What the heck? Got alloy wheels. It has really good tires on it, which makes me happy. And the paint itself looks in pretty good condition. And I believe this is the original paint color. I know a lot of people care about that, so. It's interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how much this goes for, considering that the AC does not work. It could be then like a simple relay, a fuse, or it could be, you know, the whole system's messed up. A lot of systems have messed up at the end of summer, and then people just trade in their cars and don't want to deal with it. So there's that. I think this might be the last car on my list, or I might have just one more. This is number 470. And let me write it down before I forget that it has no AC. So yeah, I'm all done for now. I have my list. It's cut in less than half of all the stuff that it needs done to it. I'm just going to show you how much I've walked. So this is the end, and I came from way over there. So all these cars for auction. Look, this is something I would look at, but probably has a major motor transmission defect, so I didn't look at it. I don't deal with Volkswagens. I used to have one. That was my first car, and I will not go back. Mercedes are nice. Dodges are nice, but there's so many nice cars. This Acura is on my list. This Ford is nice, but it has a transmission defect. So as you can see, it goes all the way back there, just rows and rows and rows of cars. There's only about 500. Here we have a Toyota RAV4 that was on my list. I took it off quickly though, because it's got some rust on the bottom, and I would prefer to avoid that because we're in Texas and nobody wants a car from up north. So guys, as the cars that I've shown you, you can see that they're not like brand new. They're not 2015, 2018. I guess I could buy those cars if they were salvage, rebuilt. But honestly, sorry, my hair is in my mouth. I don't have an issue with salvage, rebuilt, but since I'm kind of new to Texas, I don't really have the people yet that can work on my cars in that aspect. And I noticed that a lot of people prefer the clean title cars. So this is it. These are all cash cars. I don't do floor plan. I don't work with the bank. I use my cash to buy the cars. I like to get like the really dirty ones because people don't like them because they're really filthy, and then all I have to do is like detail them, as long as they don't have any major issues. So yeah, we're leaving now. Today's Saturday. I usually do this on the weekdays, but since all my kids are sick all week, I had to do it on Saturday today. But that's all right. All right, guys, so I am all out of time today. Thanks for coming with me to go check out some cars, and you're able to see what I see a little bit. I went over a little bit about pricing and stuff. I'll go over that better in another video, just because there's a lot to do with picking your cars and picking your prices and investing and all that. So we will go over it in another video, but thank you so much for coming with me. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. It tells me that you want to see more content. If I don't see that, then I see no one wants to see more content. All right, but thanks guys, y'all take care.